Should be on. Sure, that's great. Now, guys, coming to my presentation. First of all, a very warm good evening to everyone who has joined today to learn Power BI from me. Now, I know all of you are like majority of you are like Hardik. I don't have any prior experience. Hardik, I do not know coding. Hardik, I don't even have Power BI software. So at this point, many students are. So we are going to do this in 2 to 3 parts. And trust me, when I say this, every age group people, every kind of job domain department people are here. I give you a complete guarantee, guys. In today's live session, everyone is going to get familiar with Power BI. In fact, they are going to start using Power BI in their job from this day onwards. That is a very bold commitment. That is how confident I am about my teaching and my content. Now, Hardik, what's exactly today's agenda? First thing first, since 99% users here are beginner, they are clueless about Power BI. So first thing first, how to get the software for absolutely free? Yes, Power BI is a free software by Microsoft. So you can use it for absolutely free. So first thing that would be clear. Second thing, guys, which we are going to clear is how to analyze our Excel data. So I have created some dummy data around which I will be sharing with you guys. Obviously, do not worry. So how to use your Excel data, how to import it, how to load it in Power BI, and then start your transformation like Power Query, how to clean your data, how to structure your data. That is what we are going to look in Power BI. And last but not the least, guys, today we are going to see how to create visuals. Not one, not two, but 3 to 4 visuals of different types like line chart, bar graph, scatter plots, maps, histogram, different things we are going to create in Power BI completely live in front of you, completely hands on. And last but not the least, how to make it interactive, how to make it dynamic, because that is the most in demand thing right now going in the across all the areas of all the markets department that I want to report, because many a times Excel reports are getting outdated, right? You also know, I also know that people are shifting towards Tableau, people are shifting towards Power BI, Google Data Studio, Looker Studio, quickly. There is one more BI software. There are many softwares in the market, but 2 to 3 softwares are dominant, which we are going to learn here in this live session. First, we are going to start with Power BI. So is the agenda clear? 4 pointers: how to install it, how to transform and load your Excel data, how to create your first visual live with me in Power BI, and last but not the least, once you have 3 to 4 visuals, how to make them interactive, dynamic in Power BI. Sounds good? Let me know in the Zoom chat. I'm opening the Zoom chat for everyone. Sounds good? Yes, perfect, great. Yes, perfect. Hima, Tanya, Vishal, Lakshman. Chalo, sounds great. That's great. And by the way, just to confirm it once, how many people are like complete beginner? Drop a me in the Zoom chat. They are clueless about Power BI. Almost everyone. I can see a me, beginner, me, non-IT, complete beginner. Guys, can you do one thing for me today? I'm going to record this call. The recording is on. You just have to be interactive in the Zoom chat. Just say one line mein answer. Samjha ki nahi samjha. Is that yes? Dinesh Bhatia, I will come to your subjective queries. Please do not come up with those subjective queries right now. Do not break the flow of the workshop or of the session. Yes, chalo, that's great. Understood. Now let me close the Zoom chat. Guys, now do not worry. Just like in our my workshop session, I don't share the recording and all of that. Right now, do not worry. Materials bhi milega, recordings bhi milega. Recording is on. You can watch as per your convenience at your own pace. I'm going to complete this session as always in as per my commitments of 1 hour, and in 1 hour everything will be done. Trust me. Just be with me. And for your subjective queries and doubt, just keep it towards the end because I don't want to break the flow of this session. Now, chalo, let's get started with this session. First thing first, Hardik, how do I get Power BI software? I'm someone who is using, let's say, Windows 10, Windows 11. I'm using my office laptop, personal laptop. How do I get Power BI? So, guys, you simply have to click on this Windows icon and you have to search for Microsoft Store. ये सब में होता है inbuilt है. Just like for your mobile phones, you have App Store and Play Store. For your desktop, you have Microsoft Store. The moment you click on the Microsoft Store, you have to search for something called as Power BI. Now, the moment you search Power BI, you're going to get two things. One is Power BI Report Builder. Again, that is free. And one is Power BI Desktop. And this is the thing which we are going to use today. So the moment you are going to go through, like after this session, you are going to sit or you are going to go through the recordings. This is the number one step you have to do. Now, once you download it, you just have to sign up with your normal email ID, like Microsoft account, or you can use it your Gmail account as your Microsoft account as well. Now, in my case, it's written as open. I will just open this big screen also just to make sure everyone is on the same page. Power BI desktop, it will be written that the owner of this software is Microsoft Corporation, and the ratings and all of that is there. In my case, it's written as open. In your case, it will be written as install. Okay. Now, guys, once you install it, you will be getting the software in your particular PC or laptop. And once you open it, this is how the interface of Microsoft Power BI will look like. I'm just opening it. This is how it will look like. I have some sample reports which I was doing some hands-on practice on. The same report which we are going to do today. So you can see some of the things here and some of the things here, recommendations by Microsoft. But the main thing which we are going to do is create a blank report, a blank canvas from scratch. Now, guys, there are a couple of settings which you have to do in order to use certain visuals. That is something I'm not touching upon right now. As and when those visuals will come during our learning journey, we are going to tackle them accordingly. Now, Hardik, what if I don't have, some people might be like, Hardik, I don't even have Microsoft Store. So guys, I'm going to share one link. You do not have to rely on, let's say, offline version. For example, you do not have to rely on Microsoft Store in order to download Microsoft Power BI. There is a app store of Microsoft Online Store. I will be sharing this URL in the WhatsApp group post session or in the Zoom chat post session. You can download it from here as well. Here you can see I can also have the download option because there is no connection between the online store and offline store. You can download it, the offline version of Power BI from here as well, but make sure we have to go with Power BI desktop. Power BI services and Power BI ka one more version is there. That is the paid one for corporate users, enterprise users. But we as a students who are trying to learn Power BI, it's absolutely free of cost by Microsoft. Now, point number two, some people would be like, Hardik, I have to do this, I have to publish my report, I have to show it in this segment in my presentations. That is the latter part. I'm going to cover that as well. I know as a working professional, that's super important. We are going to cover that as well. So this was, guys, a brief introduction about how do you get Power BI in your system. And trust me, recordings will be given, practice material will be given, and the links will be given. So you are sorted. You won't find any issue. Now, the moment you open Power BI, guys, this is how the interface will look like. The first interaction of you with Power BI. Now, guys, trust me, it's a very simple software. I'm going to just show you and I'm going to make you familiar with the interface first of all. So I'm going to click on new blank report. So this is how the Power BI interface, the first landing page you would say on which you will land in the software is this is how it looks like. This is the UI of it. Now, guys, you can see bunch of 4 cards are here. Like, what do you want to do? You want to import the data from SQL Server, Excel file, all of that. We'll come to that. But let's first bifurcate this particular thing, this particular screen into 3 parts. So I'm going to show you 3 particular segments here. The topmost is the most familiar among all. Hardik, how is this particular thing familiar? I'm using Power BI for the very first time in my life. How is that familiar? So guys, it's familiar because here is the home tab. Home tab, insert tab. There is something called as modeling, which has to do with DAX and all. We will cover that as well. View, optimize, changing the color of theme of the dashboard and whatnot. Now, guys, if you are someone, which I'm pretty much sure you might be using Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, those particular things also have Microsoft products have this typical way to show the menu, which is also called as taskbar toolbar, right? Home, insert, modeling, all of that. That is the first segment. Here is the blank canvas. You can call it as report canvas on which we are going to do our report building. We will learn about this canvas across the next 1 hour. And this is something which is the most best or the among the one of the best features that Power BI has, visualization. Because right now it is called as number one data visualization, data analysis, BI tool, business intelligence tool in the market. And these are pretty much cool things which we are going to learn in this live session. Now, first thing first, Hardik, we have got the interface. Now, how to import our Excel data. So before I jump to importing an Excel data, all of that, I would just explain you the data pointers here. Like I will explain you what do we have on our plate. And then I will take one confirmation from your side that have you got the installation process, interface process, and have you got to know about this Excel data. This three things ka confirmation I will be taking in next 2 minutes. Now, first thing first, we have two Excel sheets, one Excel workbook, two Excel worksheets. In this, I have my 5 customers. So guys, for the time being, I wanted to take this from an industry point of view. So I've created a project, which is a project of Hardik Chocolate Company. So you just have to assume that we are all working professionals and we are working in a company which is Hardik Ka Chocolate Company. And here we have 5 things. We have customer IDs of 5 different customers who are typically like grocery stores, restaurants, and whatnot. We have their numbers, we have their address, we have their city, we have their state, we have their zip. Here we call it as pin code. In United States, we call it as zip code, right? And we have the country as well. So all of them are from United States. The year we have written in the short form US, but all of them are from United States. Now the next thing is detailed breakdown of the orders. When I say orders, like what is the order ID? What is the customer ID? Customer ID, so we only have 5 only, right? So there is one correlation between both the worksheets. The customer ID is going to relate to each and every ID. Then we have rush shipments. We have chocolate shipped on which particular day, how many units of chocolate has been shipped, what is the revenue generated, what was the cost behind it, and what is the order date. Order date means on which particular date that particular order has been passed. Very basic data just to get started with Power BI. And this is the customer list. Now, guys, can I get confirmation for all the 3 things? Just to summarize what we have achieved so far, we have seen how we can get Power BI software for absolutely free of cost without paying a single dollar to Microsoft and use it also. Point number one. Point number two, how does the interface of Power BI is going to look like when you as a learner of Power BI, as a student who is trying to learn Power BI, how the interface will look like when you are going to try it on your own for the very first time. And the third thing, the last thing, which is quite simple, how does our Excel data look like and how we are going to perform data analysis on it? Is that a yes? So far, so good. Yes, yes, chalo. Perfect, got it, simple. Priyanka Singh, okay, one information which I forgot to give, guys. Mac users के लिए Power BI नहीं है. Just like Power Automate, Power BI is not available for Mac users. ठीक है, Aarti, I'm not on mute. Please check your audio connection. Chalo, Power BI is officially asking for mail ID Raja Gopal. I will come to that, your subjective queries. I will just close the Zoom chat for now. Chalo, I'm getting Power BI report builder. That's not the option. We are going to go with Power BI free version, desktop version. And for someone, will the session will be from basic to advanced? Yes. And Sonika is asking what's for Mac users. Mac users के लिए Power BI available ही नहीं. Microsoft has never officially launched it for Mac. So if you want to leverage Power BI, you need to switch to Windows laptop. That's the only solution you have for Microsoft Power BI also and Power Automate also. Now coming back to our screen, our data. Now guys, first thing first, how do I upload my Excel data to Power BI? Do I have to copy paste or what's the case? So we are going to first see, because majority of the users here are someone who is working on Excel data on a daily basis and they want to leverage Power BI in their job. Now guys, as you can, it's very quite evident. You can see that just by clicking on this, you will be getting an option to import your Excel data. Right now, this is the one way to do it. There is something called as insert also. Using this insert tab, you can upload your data. In the home tab, also there are multiple features which we are going to explore while uploading our data. Now, the first thing first, I would not suggest you to go with this option. This is something when you will like use it on a daily basis now, then only you use this option just as a quick shortcut. But while using it for the very first time, we are going to get hands-on practice. We are going to explore multiple features, right? So remember, we had something called as get data in our Power Query. If you have gone through our Excel course, you might have seen get data. In get data, this get data was initially part of Power BI, which is called as Power Query. Now it has been part of Excel as well. So now this is something I was referring to when I was explaining you Power Query. Now let's officially see how Power Query in Power BI looks like. So we'll click on get data and we can get it from data flows, Dataverse, SQL Server, all the different formats are there. But since we are keeping it right from basics to advanced, so let's start with basics first and let's cover the Excel workbook wala part. I'm going to click on this Excel workbook and you have to select the file. Right now, you don't have the file, obviously, because I haven't shared it with anyone. You're going to get this file as an Excel file only in the WhatsApp group that you're a part of. Now, I'm going to click on open. Now, this is a navigator screen, which you will see on your screen in say, right now. So this is the navigator screen. This is nothing but the interface of Power Query. Here it is going to show you all the things which are there in that Excel file. So we have two tables and we have two sheets. So Hardik, how do you know that this is a table and this is a sheet? By looking at the icon. If you see this wala icon, now I cannot zoom in here. So the moment you get the recording, you can pause it and zoom it yourself. This is the icon which is showing as a table which is having a blue header on it. So I want these two things to come inside my Power BI. Now, guys, one thing as a Power BI user, you need to clear your basics here that we are importing that data from an Excel file to Power BI. After that, there is no relation between that Excel file and Power BI file. Power BI file may you do whatever you want to do, Excel file won't get affected. The same thing is with respect to your SQL server or any other data source from where you're going to pull out the data. So you have to keep this in mind as a basic or as a beginner level stuff of Power BI is you when you pull out the data from Excel, SQL, whatever the case is, XYZ, that data comes in a form of a copy in Power BI. It does not have any relation between both the software. So it won't be the case that you're changing something in your Power BI, the fundamentals of the software, and and that particular thing will get reflected in your Excel file या SQL का database का server, right? Because that is something which can be a shared file. Excel can be a shared file among your employees and colleagues, or else SQL database could be a common database for the whole company. So cannot manipulate the data here. It would create a problem. So the moment you upload your SQL, you connect your SQL data server or you are going to put your Excel file, you can select the tables which are required for you to perform data analysis, data visualization. So I've selected two tables here because I want this two data tables in my Power BI. Now, guys, there is something called as load. The moment I click on load, the data will be imported. But guys, at the same time, there is something called as transform data also. So this particular feature means when you're going to pull in the data in Power BI, before pulling in the data in Power BI, you can transform it. You can modify the data as per your needs. You can perform data cleaning. You can perform what we can say data formatting, clustering your data, unclustering your what we can say clustered your unclustered data, or whatever the case is, which we are going to see as well in this case. But right now, since this is our first journey, this is our first step of the journey in Power BI, I'm not performing any transformation as per se. I'm just going to load the data by simply clicking on this blue button. The moment I click on load, it will take hardly like 2 to 3 seconds to load the data. The moment it's loaded, now you might be wondering, Hardik, the screen is as it is. Like I cannot see here anything. I cannot see here also where the data has gone. So guys, if you have observed closely, there is one more segment that has been added towards the right hand side of the screen, which is called as data. If I click on this, you will be able to see our particular data. I will just show you. You have to click on this table view in order to see our first data, which is of the customer IDs. If you remember, we saw this particular same file in our Excel also. And the second is order IDs, which we saw about this particular thing, which is having different things related to order ID, customer ID, rush shipments, chocolate shipped, revenue, cost, and order date. So we have got both the things in Power BI. Now I'm coming back to the canvas, just doing a quick recap for someone who might have missed on that. We got to get data. We selected the Excel file. We selected both the tables and we clicked on load data. The moment we clicked on load data, there is no change as per se in the UI apart from getting a data tab, which you can also minimize by the way. The moment you see this data tab, you will be seeing both the tables added. And you can also like expand this. If I have to show you, see this, if I have to expand this, it will have all the things like all the headers, like what was the address, city, country, customer ID, customer name. And this is how, if you want to see the table view of it, on the right hand side of the screen, sorry, on the left hand side of the screen, you will have something called as a report view, where you create your Power BI reports, where you create your Power BI dashboards. And below that, you get the table view of the data as per the data loaded in Power BI. Is this also clear? I'm pretty much sure it was nothing like outside the box. We have just loaded our Excel data. Is that a yes? So far, so good. Clear? Yes. Easy. Yes, yes, yes. Chalo, good. Yogesh Gautam, I cannot. Or else I would have done that. Clear, perfect. Chalo. Voice not clear. That is something you have to see. Your screen is paused. Is it possible to minimize your video? Let me see if I can minimize. I can think this is, I think so far so good. I can little bit increase the size of this particular column and this particular column, because I wanted to make sure the report looks very neat and clean when you're like, even if you're looking from your mobile phone. Now, so far, so good. Now let's start with something, understanding about your data. I know many people would be like, Hardik, wo to we have done it na in the Excel file. But guys, it's very, very important to transform your data. When I say transform, I'm going to show you example as well. And it's very important, even before you insert any kind of visuals, a basic bar chart also now, if you are going to insert it, it's very important. Before inserting that as well, you should clean your data using Power Query. Now, Hardik, how to clean it, I don't know. So that's where we learn about Power Query. Now, guys, if I just have to show you again the table view, I know many people would have observed this, that there is an error. यहाँ पे United States, United States, United States. But why the hell we have written as US? It doesn't make sense, right? And if you are going to perform any data analysis from a country point of view, Power BI would get confused. Power BI would be like, I think there are two countries. One is United States and one is US. What's the full form of US? You cannot guess that it's United States, right? It can be anything else as well. So now, point number one, as someone who's a data analyst, as someone who is trying to perform data analysis, you need to be very, very conscious about your data. You need to be very like through your data, go through in your data and understanding it very deeply. Now see this, guys, how do we transform this using Power BI? So again, I will come to my report view, and as I told you guys, the moment you insert it, you can transform your data, but we haven't done it because we are at a beginner stage. So now I'm going to teach you how to transform your data even after uploading it. So aisa nahi hai ki once you have uploaded, you cannot transform it. You can transform your data at any point of time. Now let's get started with transforming our data. This is your learning number 2, or I would say 3. Now, guys, as I told you in the home tab, we are going to see multiple things. We have seen about get data. Now we are going to see about transforming our data. Now I'm going to click on transforming our data. Now, guys, if you will see, this is a very like minimized way of a window has been opened. If I have to just expand this window, let me see. And here we go. Now, guys, this is technically not Power BI ka interface. This is altogether a different interface of Power Query Editor. I don't know how many people would be able to see this, but I'm hovering my camera, hovering my mouse towards the upward side, or else let me just pause the screen for a second. Let me turn on my highlighter so everyone would be able to see much better way, in a much better way. I will come to my Power Query again. And let me just resume my screen share. Okay. Now, guys, this is a Power Query editor. Now, this is a Power Query editor. It's not Power BI. Do not get confused between Power BI and Power Query. Power Query is part of Power BI. Now, guys, here you might be seeing some coding and all of that, but trust me, this coding and all of that is in the backend. You as a user of Power Query has to be just good with your knowledge and know-how of the technology. That's it. You do not require any coding knowledge, any prior experience in the BI world, like business intelligence world. Now see this. Now, first thing first, we have to sort this thing. Now, guys, you might be thinking, Hardik, 5 columns, we can do it manually. I get it. But guys, since this, you guys at a beginning level, I've taken a very simple example. In real life scenarios, in top MNCs, in big companies like Capgemini and whatnot, they have huge database. They like people deal in lakhs and crores also when it comes to such a big projects, right? So now in that case, you won't be able to do it manually, obviously, right? So in this case, it's very similar to Excel. You will get to know it in just 1 minute. What we are going to do is find and replace. So I'm going to go to this country and I'm going to right click. And I'm going to go to this particular option, which is I know you might have used at some point of time in your life in Excel, find and replace. So I'm going to click on this replace value, and similar box is going to open, find value US and replace it with United States. So everything is in a single panel. The spelling is correct. Everything is correct. Where to find, what to find US and replace it with United States. I'm going to click on OK. And now the first data cleaning process in the first particular thing, in the first particular worksheet has been sorted. Very easy, very simple. I'm going to show you one more time in order to make sure that you understand it. It's very important. So first we had two things written as US. We have right click on this column. We've gone to replace value and we have found the value US and we have replaced it with United States. That's simple. Now I'm going to close this. This is one time thing, guys. If you will see like home tab, there are so many features. If you will go in transform tab, there are so many features which we will look eventually. Right now it's not required. Now let me go to this second data. Now let us see what was, if there is something wrong with this data. So guys, I've personally gone through it and there is nothing wrong with this data. There is only one thing which is technically not required. Now guys, if I have to go with order ID, it's very important. I need it. Customer ID, very important in order to map it with customer names. It's very important. We will need it. Your rush shipment is something which is not at all required from data analysis point of view. I'm not talking about data management or something like that. I'm talking about data analysis, not at all required. So I will simply select this column and I will click on remove column because I don't require it. Why to pull out so much amount of data? Just visualize you are working on 1 lakh entries and that column itself will have their own separate 1 lakh entries, right? So it will put more pressure on the software and it won't be able to get more insights out of it. So not required, remove it. Chocolate shift, very important. Revenue cost, very important. Order date, very important in order to create line charts, bar graphs and whatnot. Okay. So everything is pretty much important apart from that column, which we have removed. Now, once you're done with your cleaning, structuring of your data per se, you just have to click on close and apply filter. The moment you click on close and apply filter, Power Query ka window will get closed and Power BI will again so you will be able to see in front of your screen. Have you got to know about Power Query, guys? Have you understood the data cleaning and structuring ka way, how we did it? Is that a yes or no? So far, so good. What's the case? Yes, easy peasy, cleared. Yes, yes. Chalo, that's great. Yes, yes, yes. Two people telling me to repeat. I would request you to go through the recording. Okay, all 99% folk have understood. That's great. Now let me just close it. And that don't worry. If two, three people you are worrying that Hardik, what if I'm not able to get it? Don't worry, recording hai. You will be able to watch as per your convenience. And second point, it has nothing to do with dashboard creation. So if you have missed that point also now, you will be able to understand dashboard creation very beginning say. So don't worry. Now, guys, let's start with our first visual creation in Power BI. Now, I know many of you might be like, Hardik, if you are having the data, how would I know about it and all those subjective queries? Keeping those subjective queries aside for a second, just assume that you also know about data because obviously you're working in a top MNCs, your boss or your employees are giving you data, you might be expert at that, right? So now guys, I will just structure this session in a way that we know about this data and we are going to perform some data analysis. So guys, first thing first, I want, let's say, I want to know how on a per month basis, on a per year basis, on a per day basis, how many chocolates we are shipping. So guys, just you need to create a mindset like this. Like what do I need to find? I need to find on how much chocolates on a per day basis I'm shipping. So guys, if you are like going forward, you will eventually get this habit. So don't worry if you're a beginner and if you're like ki mere dimag mein nahi aa raha, I'm not getting it. Don't worry. It's you are at a beginner level. So chill and just relax. Now, guys, if you think in a way, I would require a line chart where I can see holistically that on this particular quarter, how much chocolates we have shipped, on this particular day, how many chocolates we have shipped. So that is how we are going to create our first visual via this line chart. And guys, the best thing about Power BI is you do not have to remember all of those. If you do not know which is the line chart, you just have to hover on it and Power BI will let you know that this is the line chart. So now, guys, here we go with our first visual live interactive line chart in Power BI. 1, 2, 3, boom. Now, guys, we have officially added one line chart. Now I know you will be like, Hardik, ये line chart तो दिख नहीं रहा है. It's not looking like line chart. There is nothing in it because we haven't put anything in x-axis. We haven't put anything in y-axis. Okay, now we are going to put up here. Now, Hardik, how do I put up? Do I need to write some codes? Do I need to do some advanced data analysis to map this data with that data? Guys, not required. Those days are in the past. This is a BI tool. Why it's called as BI, business intelligence, because it's smart. This is a smart tool. You do not have to do the hard work. You have to do the smart work. So guys, if I just tell you that, let's say this is a mouse. This is my mouse. It's a AC ka remote, but just visualize this is a mouse. If I ask you, mouse chalana aata hai, like when I say mouse chalana aata hai, do you know how to operate a mouse? You would obviously say yes, right? You will be like, Hardik, are you kidding me? So guys, trust me, if you know how to use a mouse, you would be able to learn Power BI today. Hardik, are you serious? Let me just prove it to you with this particular example. Now, guys, what was our initial thoughts? We want to see how many chocolates we are sending on a per day basis. So for that, I would require two things. I would require the order date. So I will put up that in x-axis. Now you'll be like, Hardik, there is only one line visible because we haven't put anything in y-axis, right? So I'm going to put chocolate shifts in y-axis. And that is how you will get two different dots. Now, if I just have to explore this particular thing, just a sec. It's why the size is not increasing. Chalo. Now, this is how you have done that. Now you'll be like, Hardik, how did you do that? Just a sec. I have just put this in this. Now, you'll be like, Hardik, how did you do that? Guys, as I told you, I've just dragged this data, which I showed you interface mein right hand side pe rahega. You just have to drag whatever you want, wherever you want. So if I just have to repeat the process, I will just remove this columns and I will just, and initially if you're thinking ki kyun nahi bana tha, because there is something called as secondary y-axis, wahan pe drop ho gaya tha, look, data, that's the reason it didn't happen. So I will repeat the field again. I want how many chocolates shipped and on which order date. So I will put the order date in x-axis and I will put the chocolate chips. Hardik, how you are doing it? I'm just left clicking on my mouse and I'm just dragging and dropping it in the y-axis. That's it. And that is how you get a line chart. Now you will be like, Hardik, the earlier line chart was looking different compared to this line chart. If I have to just move it in the middle of the canvas. Now, guys, remember, like 1 minute ago, I told you that this is a business intelligence tool. It has its own intelligence. Now, guys, this Power BI tool is so smart. It's so smart that it's identified dates as on a yearly basis, on a quarterly basis, on a monthly basis, on a daily basis. So it's give you 3 to 4 bifurcation: yearly, quarterly, monthly, daily basis. Now, if I have to ask you, what is this on your screen? Like even a 5-year-old can tell me that, Hardik, this is year wise data. 2020 में क्या हुआ है? 2021 में क्या हुआ है? And what actually happened in 2022? Now you would be like, Hardik, okay, I'm getting it. But Hardik, what if my boss wants quarterly data? Or Hardik, what if my boss wants me to show this on a monthly basis? He wants a line chart where we can see monthly data. Now, guys, it's so simple. Again, I'm saying no prior coding knowledge, no prior Power BI knowledge is also required. It's so simple now, this technology. There is something called as drill down buttons. So there is something called as drill up. Now I will explain you the reason also. There is I explain you the definition of it also. Drill up drill down. Then there is something called as go to next level in the hierarchy, and there is something called as expand the whole hierarchy. Now, guys, now drill up, drill down might sounding very technical jargons, but it's nothing but it's telling you, do you want to go from your level to one level down? So what is one level down? So your यहाँ पे है, your के below क्या है? Quarter है. So I want at a quarter level. So what I will do, I will click on this button, and the data will go from, just a sec. Oh, it's not happening. It will go from year wise to quarter wise. Can you see this? Year wise to quarter wise. Now, Hardik, I want to go to month wise. Simply click on this button and you will be on the month wise. Jan में क्या हुआ था, July में क्या हुआ था, again Jan में क्या हुआ था, July में क्या हुआ था, on a month wise basis. Now you can see like on 1st January what was the sale, 1st February को क्या sale था, then 1st March को क्या sale था, 2nd April को क्या sale था. It might be the case 1st April को कुछ बिका नहीं. That's the reason it is taking at 2nd April. 2nd May, 2nd June, 3rd July, 3rd September, and that is how you get month-wise data. Now this is all works. If I click one more time now, you will be getting those cluster wala chart where you get daily data, and daily data does not make any sense because we won't be able to understand what's the reason of increase of sales, what the reason of decrease of sales. So we will again go one drill up. So we will go one step forward, that is on month wise. Now this is how the month wise data looks like. I will just place it here and I will just increase the size of it like this. Okay, now this is looking cool. Guys, did you find my explanation simple? Did you find this tool very simple? You would like कि अरे ये तो बहुत simple है. Just we have to play with drag and drop button. Is that a yes? Are you getting that confident? How many people feeling easy? Drop easy in the Zoom chat. Easy, confident, easy, very easy. So far, so good. Easy, super easy. Chalo, that's great. Easy, bhai. Chalo, that's great. How to see 3-year data, one line for each year. As I told you, please keep your subjective queries to yourself. First, let's understand the process and then we'll do it. Chalo, that's great. Perfect. मेरा miss हो गया network की वजह से, recordings will be shared. Now I'm just going to close the Zoom chat. In Excel, only one type of data can be plot, right? Shilpa, yes. Now, this is something where we have done, let's say, line chart. But I'm coming back to the original point. Why Power BI is a tool which is like widely accepted? Because it's a BI tool. It has its own intelligence. Now you will be like, Hardik, what is the revenue? Like, what's the revenue of the whole company? I want to see that. So guys, you just have to go to this data point, which I already shown you. There is something called as revenue. Now, Hardik, do I need to decide, like I need to pull up one chart again, then I have to put revenue inside it, all of that? Guys, I showed you the hard way. If this is the hard way, which you already feeling it easy, you won't believe this. Just see my screen. यहाँ पे revenue है. There is a checkbox. Simply click one button. Just a sec, I've just selected. Okay, by the way, that is the initial query I want to see. Just click on canvas and simply click on this revenue button. And revenue chart already added. That's how the smart this Power BI tool is. Can you see this? The sum of revenue is 64,17,240 rupees or dollars, whatever the case is. Now you might be like, Hardik, it's cool, but Hardik, I don't want a bar chart. I want, let's say, a small card where I can see what's the revenue. It's that simple. Just select the chart and go for a card chart. Where is the card chart? Here it is. One button and it's transformed in a card chart. Minimize it. Just a sec. Minimize it in a way. Now see this. Your sum of revenue is done. Easy. Easy peasy. Let me know in the Zoom chat. Just one click. Super simple. Awesome. Very easy. Are you getting a confident ki kuch rocket science needs? It's very simple software. You are just not knowing or you are not aware of it. Yes. Easy. 100%. Give the Excel file. We'll do it. Don't worry. Super easy. So happy to learn it. That's great. Chalo. Is Power BI is Excel? No, Kedar, I think you're a late joiner. Don't worry. I will help you to understand that. Can we change the unit? Guys, it's 100% customizable, but just stick with the flow. We'll go to much advanced level. Don't worry. This is all basics. Just Just give me the confirmation. जो सिखाया वो समझा कि नहीं. We'll come to the subjective queries later. Yes, that's great. Perfect. Yes, yes, yes. चलो. Now I will just close the Zoom chat. That's great. Thank you for the coordination. Thank you for your like interaction in the Zoom chat. Now, guys, let me show you one more example of what else we can do. Now, guys, I'm going to show you one more thing which is very important to know as someone who's getting started with Power BI. So we are at the report view. We are creating a dashboard. How to make it dynamic, interactive. We'll see all of that. Then we saw table view also. Like this is the table view where we get to see the like raw version, Excel type version of it, the Excel type version of the data. But I think there is something also which is called as model view. Now you haven't spoken about it. But guys, trust me, as a beginner, it's very important to know about model view, even though those things are like quite very advanced level in Power BI, but it's very important to get those fundamentals clear in the first go. Now I will click on this model view. Now guys, if I just have to move this a little bit far, I would be able to explain you what I'm trying to explain. Now guys, again, I like the what we say in Hindi, jitni bhi तारीफ करो उतने कम है. In Hindi we say that. So the reason I'm telling again, it's a business intelligence tool. Now see, so smart this tool is. We have uploaded two things, two worksheets in this particular Power BI software. This Power BI software is so smart, it has created one relationship. I don't know how many people know about this, like this kind of things you can do in Excel and SQL also, like you create relationship between two database and all of that. And you lock your database. There is a key wala thing. All those are like proper Excel and SQL stuff. But if you, I have to just explain you in a very layman language, this Power BI is telling us through this model view that Hardik, I know this particular Excel file, if I have to show you here, this particular Excel sheet and this particular Excel sheet has one common link between both. And that common link, I told you earlier also, it's customer ID. So you can find customer IDs here as well, and you can find all the customer IDs here as well. So Power BI is so smart, it has already said us that Hardik, I know there is two connections, there is two connecting link, which is nothing but customer ID between both the tools. Now you might be thinking, Hardik, Power BI ने तो already कर दिया, like Power BI has already done it. Then why you are taking time to explain it? Now I will tell you. Guys, this is what makes your report dynamic. This is what makes your report interactive. And the importance of it will get to know in the next 10 minutes once we create the full dashboard and make it interactive. Now, let's say, for example, you are working on 1 crore data set, you are having 50 different columns, thousands of rows and whatnot. Now, in those cases, some of the times, not all the times, but in some, there are always exceptions to the rule, right? So in some cases, you might see that Power BI is not able to understand the connection. Then Hardik, how do I make connection? Or Hardik, I won't be able to make an interactive dashboard. What's the case? No, don't worry, my friend. You, let's say if you're someone who's not getting this connection, you just have to drag this particular thing like this and drop it here. And this Power BI will able to create a relationship. It has already created, by the way, but it is saying it's already created. But let's say if in your case it's not showing a relationship, you just have to drag it here and put it in a way where you know, as your data, you're an expert, you're working on the data, you know the in and out of the data. You have to put like this and you want to create a relationship. It's saying there's already a relationship between these two columns, which Power BI has automatically created. I have not done anything before uploading the data. Now you will also see for yourself, once you're like, you're someone who's a live participant, or once you're someone who's going through this recording at your own convenience, you will be able to know that yes, it has created on its own without you doing anything. Now coming back to the visual. Now I think I get it that it's something which is having dynamic and all of that. Now guys, I will show you the importance of it and you will get mind blown. Now see this, we have one sum of revenue, we have our order dates. Now what's the common link I said? If I just have to go to this model view, the common link is customer ID. So I will just put our customer names here. I'll just click on this button, just a sec. And our customer list has been added. I just have to minimize this stuff like this. Now you might be thinking, I know you might be thinking, Hardik, why you have added customer name? Because guys, those customer IDs are linked to customer name. And be ready to be mind blown. Guys, if you're an Excel user and you're not using Power BI, you will be like, what the hell? What I was missing on this? Why I was missing on this? Now see this. Guys, I just want to know, let's say this particular grocery store, which is Acme grocery store, what is their data for sales and what is their revenue? So I just have to click here and this is dynamic already. Oh, Excel के days गए where you have to scratch your hands on pivot tables, slicers, timelines, make relations, make it dynamic. All of done has been done by AI, artificial intelligence. Now, let's say you want to know let's say you have got to know the revenue. Let's say you want to know what is the revenue for Park and Eat LLC. Simply click on this. It's 1 million and this is their data flow. Got it? Are you getting it? How many people are mind blown? Let me know in the Zoom chat. It's so simple. It's so simple. Great, crazy, awesome, amazing. Wow, just wow, unbelievable. Got it? This is magic. It's basically showing primary key and foreign key relationship. हाँ, Armit Singh, वही है, technical. Simplified VLOOKUP also, yes, you can call it. Great, it's power of AI. That's great. That's amazing. I won't have to make a separate chart now. Exactly. I will teach my accountant tomorrow. You just have to send the recording of it. I'm fine with it. No need to you personally going and teaching us. Yeah, same as Tableau. Yeah, same as Tableau. Now I will close the Zoom chat. Saraswati, yes, as I told you, please right now stick to the topic. I know you're going to come to an instance where both the files does not have any common link. Then what to do? We'll cover everything. Getting started. Just go with the flow. I would say that only. Chalo. Now, one more thing which I would like to present is how to make it look visually attractive as well, right? So now if I just have to make this session more engaging, I would ask you one question. Take 5 seconds to 10 seconds. Please think through is which is the visual which we can place, which will make it look more attractive, more realistic, more visually appealing to our audiences or to our board of directors, managers, to whomever you are going to present this thing. So I will just tell one thing. You tell me which would be the best. Shall I put address? Shall I put city? Shall I put country? Shall I put customer ID, customer name, phone, state, zip code, or should I put this particular thing we have already put up so it doesn't make sense? Chocolate chip. What is the cost or what is the customer ID? What is the order details? Again, no use of it. We have already used it. Order ID, we have used it. Kind of order date mein aa gaya ho. Or the revenue. Acha, revenue also we have used it. So remaining columns are address, city, country, customer ID, phone, state, zip code, and cost. You tell me, take 10 seconds of your time. It doesn't make like even if you give the wrong answer, I don't care. We are just learning here. It's a part of the process. You tell me what should I put here. And before you answer, think for a second that which kind of dashboards you have seen in your life and what's the missing part here, which you can put here. That also I'm giving you a hint. Let me know in the Zoom chat now. Okay, okay. I will not reveal the answer. I'm just going through your answers. Yes. So there are three ways to look at. I will just reveal the answer. Country भी डाल सकते हैं, city भी डाल सकते हैं, state भी डाल सकते हैं. So if someone has said cost is does not make any sense until and unless you are having a motive to show profit. So you can show a card where you are putting revenue minus cost and creating a profit chart. So you can know the profit. So if you are not doing that, it's not relevant. Secondly, all the people said city, country, state. That is the right way to do it. We are going to apply a map chart. So guys, now again, I'm going to close the Zoom chat. Okay, all the people saying map chart using city, country, drill down, drill up. Great. You have got the idea of Power BI. Congratulations. Kudos to you. I will go with the state option. How do you do it, Hardik? Do I need to do something here technical? No. Just simply Power BI is smart. It knows that state किसके लिए होता है. State is just to represent it on a from a satellite point of view. So you just have to click on this canvas, click on states, and the moment to click on states, here it is done. Now, guys, see the mind blowing thing. Now let's see how to make if all of these things are working in a dynamic manner. So now I will click on, let's say, Cascade Growers. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right way or not, but we have something like Cascade Growers. I will click on that and see this. It is where it's located, what's the revenue or what's the sales per month, and what's their revenue. If I go to, let's say, restaurant, YT restaurants, where it's located on the map, it's located right beside this blue dot, Washington. Sum of revenue is this, and this is this. If I go to Acme has located here, it's the sum of revenue, it's all of this. And I think what's remaining, I think this is the remaining. Park and Eat LLC. If I click here, it's located in New York, like not in proper New York, but somewhere around New York. Sum of revenue, and this is the thing. Guys, as I told you, as I will rest my case, before I rest my case, how many people got this amazing learning in just 50 minutes? Did I make you feel confident कि कुछ rocket science नहीं है? Everything can be learned if you know how to learn it. How if you go in a step by step format, tackling one things which is required, and we have got this in front of you. Feeling confident? Did I keep my words? Was I true to my words that I will make you confident in Power BI in just 50 minutes? It's 51 minutes. I took 1 minute more, but have you got this confidence? Simple है. Must say absolutely true, exceptional, confident, indeed, super cool. Yes, you did. Perfect teacher. You are. Thank you. Chalo, that's great. Absolutely super cool, super cool. Maza aa gaya. You make it so simple to learn. Thank you. Freaking awesome, sir. That's great. I got an idea in Power BI. That's great. I'm new to Power. Now my work has reduced to 10 minutes. Vijaya, that's great. What is different others BI tool? I will come to that. Where is Excel sheet? I will share it. Possible for you to repeat the ma'am thing, Shivani? I will do that. Now, guys, just a second. Some people, I think they are late joiners. Let me just track it. I think there are late joiners. So the recordings will be shared. And anyone who's leaving this call, before you leave this call, let me make the announcement again. Guys, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I have specially invited a person to help you with life coaching. Now, trust me, guys, that particular person has helped people to quit smoking for who were not able to quit 10 years. He has helped people who are having suicidal thoughts. He has helped people who have lost their loved ones. He's helped people to achieve crazy results, overcome procrastination. He's going to share his personal frameworks and all of that. It's a 3-day live event where I've hired that person for you. And if you're someone who is missing out on that, please don't do it, because I'm investing money on your behalf and not charging anything to you, just to provide you pure value to this community. I want to see how many people have got the invitation and how many people have joined it. Let me know in the Zoom chat, because it's not for everyone. It's happening cohort batch wise. Sunita has done it. Ashish has done it. I've got an invite, but I'm not able to join in. Okay. So I don't know why is that the case. Hardik, I genuinely want to join it. I cannot wait for my invitation. Okay. I want to see how many people are like this, like Rahul. Do not want to want, they are available in this weekend and they want to get this sorted with this week only. Is that the case? I want to just see me written in the Zoom chat. So accordingly, I will take a call right now on this call. Oh my God. Crazy. Many people wants to join for this weekend only. Guys, please, are you making a fair commitment that you will be available this weekend? Yes, then only I will share the link with on an exception basis right now. Yes, commitment available. Hardik, trust me, committed. I will join. So guys, and trust me, guys, it's available for family members as well. So you can invite them as well. I'm just sharing the link, guys. Okay, I get it. I got it. By the way, someone asking 3 day ke liye, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7 p.m. to hardly 9:30, or if you have any queries, this person will be available. I will be introducing to him in the WhatsApp group to you guys. And That is where you can ask any kind of queries. You get to master your emotions, you master your discipline, you master growth hacking, you master three fundamental techniques for which he is certified by Tony Robbins. He is the only person in India to get certificate from. He has three crazy advanced manifestation techniques in order to achieve or attract the things which you are not able to do. So people I've seen gone through the testimonials, people have got clients from the calls, people were waiting for some sense of achievements, people have got weight lose ka results, multiple areas of life. So proper life coaching things, you will be experiencing a whole new dimension of life. I've shared the link, WhatsApp group ka join link, so I'm sharing it with everyone. I'm purely trusting your words, guys, since you are showing your commitment. Please make sure to share the link with your loved ones as well in order to get benefit out of this course, because I've committed that you, not only you but your family members will also get benefit. Plus you can also join, and please guys, don't just join for the sake of joining it. If you are available, then only join it, or else please pass on the opportunities to other community members, because the seats are limited. So I'm sharing this with your cohort batch in this live session. Please go through it, please join it. And just to be on safer side, if someone is not able to join it, I will be sharing like this Power BI ka installation link, Power BI ka materials, Excel files, the software ka download link. Along with these things, I will be sharing this link in the WhatsApp group as well on a safer side. And if you're joining right now, let me know in the Zoom chat that Hardik, it's done. I'm up for it. Let me know in the Zoom chat. Done. I can see Hema, Seema, Mani. I will come to that. Mohammed, Shankar, Pushpa, Abhijit. Chalo, that's great. I can see Naveen, MB. तो नाम ही MB रख दिया Zoom का. Naveen, Kishore, Abhilasha, Dipesh, Samdev, Shivani. Chalo, that's great. Okay, guys. Meanwhile, I will just stop the recording for people who are going to go through this Power BI ka